Hey guys, so here we have a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 crew cab. Now this one comes in the elevation trim level in one of my favorite colors, Thunderstorm Gray. And then we have jet black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of that 2.7 liter turbocharged Turbo Max 4-cylinder engine. And that's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. But other than the color, not a lot of big changes for 24 as opposed to 23. Front end here, we get that same aggressive fascia there, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. And this Thunderstorm Gray just looks phenomenal. And just with the elevation package, all that you get there, it's a bad looking truck. Now down here we get 20-inch aluminum wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And I love the trim there with power door lock controls, power windows, power mirrors. We do have semi four-wheel drive, I guess. We just have four-wheel high. And then we have our drive modes. I am glad that we get 4 different modes though. The terrain, the normal, the sport, and then the off-road. So that's pretty cool. And then tow haul mode there by hitting that button. Headlamp controls, and then we have that electronic parking brake, which is push button. Now for the steering wheel, it's gonna be tilt. Then we can also telescope as well. And then we do get a power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support there. And let's check out these tow figures here. So 8,900 pounds, conventional, max payload 1832. The rest of the specs are there if you all want to pause and look at it. And then we'll take a quick look at this window sticker here. It's a little cloudy. I'm just gonna run through it, but I'll leave a link. I'll try to put the window sticker, excuse me, in the description below so you all can just take a look at that. And then with everything, which is basically just a Thunderstorm Gray, we're at 57,690. So that is steep, in my opinion, especially for those who don't like the 4-cylinder turbo option anyway. But you do get a lot of neat stuff here. So first and foremost, we have a 3-prong household plug-in with a USB-C and USB-A charge duo, which I'm not used to seeing in the Silverado Custom. That's only $2,000 less. And then the middle seat folds down there. We do have the premium LED reading lights, grab handles here, seat back pockets on both sides, and then the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3", longer legs, plenty of space back here. And then with just how the roof caves up there, headroom is phenomenal as well. The fuel filler. And then to the back end here, still don't have full LED tail lamps, but no big deal. We have the easy up-down tailgate, and we do have a 120-volt 3-prong plug-in back here. And then for those that are curious, tow hitch, spare tire. But again, the Thunderstorm Gray I do think is worth that $495 option, or $495 price point, because it just looks great. And it's something you don't see a lot of. Lockable glove compartment in the bottom, top rack there. And next we're just gonna go ahead and take a look under the hood. And I'll show you where that release is here. And there it is, that 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn there. Now we get the 13.4-inch Google Assistant screen here. AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, Pandora, or Alexa, excuse me, Google News, Google Podcast, and then we have the wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility there. And then you have the option to use your Google Maps system that's embedded here, but you have to have that subscription. Dual zone automatic climate controls, which can be controlled either from the screen there, or we have buttons and knobs down here along with our 3-stage heated seats. And then for our settings, you can go in here, change your vehicle settings. Buckle to drive, teen driver, and rear seat reminder are here. And then if you want to change your auto fan speed or auto heated seats, you can go in there and fool with that there. Lane keep assist, lane departure, auto stop, hazards, traction control. We can put all the windows down, and then we can let that tailgate down with that button. Then we have an actual home button, volume knob, which you can click to mute there. And here is the backup camera. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. USB-C, USB-A charge port. And then for our middle seat, center console cubby space is here when it's folded down. And you can lift up. And then it's a middle seat, or hit that latch to make it a center console space again. And sorry I didn't close that well enough. View of the back. There are the lights there. We do get a vanity mirror, but no lights. And back to the steering wheel. If you want to put the vehicle in gear, column shifter, reverse neutral drive. Then you have that low, and you can toggle the gears for that limiter there. Then behind the steering wheel on the left side, you can go through your track list, radio station presets. Behind on the right side, volume up or down. Cruise control can be toggled there. Cancel, set the speed. Gap adjust for the forward collision alert. Heated steering wheel toggle, voice recognition, mute. Then we can use these 4 arrows, or these 2 arrows in the scroll bar to go through our gauge cluster. Go to the options, you can change your units from US to metric. And then we have several different views there, including our tire pressure monitors, which we can see in that middle stack there. Push button start, key fob with remote start. And next we're gonna take the Sierra 1500 Elevation out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Sierra 1500 Elevation, I will say, and I said this earlier, I like the features that are added here as opposed to getting the custom. And I made a mistake there. I was comparing the Elevation to the custom Trail Boss that I drove a couple weeks ago, and that had about a 55 grand sticker on it compared to this 57. So there's a reason that custom Trail Boss is my favorite in terms of what you can get from a GM pickup truck now, just because everything's gotten so expensive. And that still is $55,000, but you get a lift kit, you get a bunch of other stuff that comes with that. So even with this Elevation though, I like the features you get here. Just a bit pricey, but pretty much all pickup trucks are pushing close to 60 grand. So 60 grand or more, I should say. Let's give it some pull here. So definitely not flooring it, but just giving it that moderate throttle, it got up to speed relatively easily. Just how the turbocharger is set up there. Very impressed. Now I'm gonna check out the fuel economy as we're rolling down the interstate, excuse me. So 17, 18, we're on a slight incline, so it might get down a bit more. And then as we start to flatten out on the surface, we're gonna see low 20s. And then as it declines just a tad, it'll get close to 30 there. But for the most part, probably 23, 24 miles per gallon is what to expect. But overall, ride quality is good. Sound acoustics, even though it's freezing outside and a bit windy, pretty decent. And just a nice touch is having this leather wrap heated steering wheel. That's something that the custom Trail Boss, I don't think we had that there. I think we might have had it in the LT Trail Boss, but having a heated steering wheel on days like today is just phenomenal. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, if you compare this to a similarly equipped F-150 or a similarly equipped Ram, you're probably going to be paying the same money. I don't know if Ram's still making the classic 1500, but in that case, you might save a little money getting one of those. But just having the Turbo 4 I mean, this is a very capable engine. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it's a turbo 4, and GM has quite a bit of experience with these turbocharged 4-cylinders, just with pretty much every model of vehicle getting one form of variant, or one variant of that when it comes to the 4-cylinder, except maybe the Escalade or the Tahoes. Like the full-size SUVs don't have those yet, but wouldn't be surprised if they got them. But yeah, obviously all of the new Canyons and Colorados have the turbo 4. Unless you're getting like a CT5V or some special Cadillac, really not a lot of twin turbo V6s out there. So I mean, everybody's pretty much going to putting turbos in vehicles just to be more fuel efficient, but get the same performance out of a V6 that you would out from a naturally aspirated V8. And then these 4-cylinders are just, they're high output engines. They can sip fuel, but when you put your foot into them, the turbochargers put in work. So I actually like how these drive, just because you get that feeling of boost. But for this to be the GMC variant, and with this Thunderstorm Gray, it is an impressive truck, I think. Again, a bit expensive just compared to what trucks used to cost, but everything's, like I said, for a base model is pulling close to 50, 60 grand. So that's just what it is nowadays. But if you're comparing this to an F-150, I definitely would make sure that you take a look at this 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 in the elevation trim level.